Okay, so topic today of being misunderstood.
Tiba. Cuma nak.
No, I want to start na ni.
Okay.
So the other day,
Yeah.
not the other day, a few months ago. So there was this event that I was supposed to attend, right? And I couldn't attend. Genuinely, I couldn't attend because really something happened the day before, and I was so looking forward for the event. And at the event, there was supposed to be some decisions to be made, and I was an anchor person to make that decision lah. Yeah, so it was already planned, and then at the event I was supposed to announce it, but my husband said that no, tomorrow you're not going because of some family stuff lah, right? Yeah, then I didn't attend. So I sent my apologies and all that, and hence I couldn't execute that thing that I was supposed to execute, right? So it turned out that a lot of people misunderstood me. They thought that, you know, I was trying to avoid making that decision or making that announcement. Yeah, and actually there was a twist to it also. When I couldn't attend it, you know, a lot of things went through my mind, and I realized that the decision that I was supposed to make and make an announcement out of it, right? I didn't want to execute that. Not because I chickened out or something, but really, yeah, I sought guidance, deeper understanding to things, and I realized that maybe it's not good for me, and I held back from making a decision lah. Yeah, so that part of on being misunderstood, I thought it was very painful because I was very hopeful that, you know, okay, not all of them misunderstood me, but there were some people who, which I thought like, hey, what a waste, and it was very sad lah. Yeah, so yeah, so this is, yeah.
But at the same time, technically, you're also saying your husband saved you.
I can see him smiling at the corner there. Is he trying to leave the room?
No, he's very obvious right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess what you're saying, I mean, listening to what you're saying, makes me also think of one thing. I guess, you know, the concept buruk sangka baik. I guess like if somebody chooses, like you're saying, not everybody thought differently or, you know, misunderstood you in a matter, but there were some people who did. And I guess it is a choice for you to buruk sangka, right?
Yeah.
Over someone, because that's why we always hold to sangka baik, kan?
Yeah.
So like when it comes to this, like I guess I don't know, things happen for a reason, right?
Definitely.
Without, how to say, you can't, and nothing that you plan will ever go to how you've planned it lah, you know, will ever happen. So I guess in this way, it's as if there was an intervention for actually the better decision.
Yeah.
Which eventually you only realize later. So you actually needed a bit more time, alright?
Yeah, and often the time, right, I mean, on other instances of being misunderstood, right, actually the people who misunderstand you, most of the time they don't know what's going on your end. Yeah, actually on my end at that point in time, there were so many other issues to be handled, you know. I realized that the people who misunderstand you, they fail to see what you are going through, or rather they not fail to see like they it's really unaware. I mean, it's not their fault, but they don't know what you are actually struggling with, you know, on the other end. But like you said, you know, the twist of things, and in the end the turnout was good lah.
Yeah, they're good, because eventually, I mean, like on that day particularly, maybe it wasn't the best day ever because of what you've heard and everything, but a few days later you realize, hey, actually this is good because I never wanted to make that decision anyway. This was not the good decision, and you realize that what you needed to do, you only could know 2 days later, for example, right?
Yeah.
You see, like I guess like being misunderstood thing, I can totally relate on so many levels, because I feel like my whole life I've
embraced it.
Yeah, I've embraced it to a point where I'm just done. Like macam a long time ago, I was in a situation where I feel that this person misunderstood me. I would let that just simmer.
Okay.
And then I see how far it goes, because I would see like if that person truly want to believe that I am in the wrong, wants to believe that cannot be, she confirmed this kind of person, when it will show in their colours. And then you will ask yourself again, do you want to befriend someone like that? And those people who come to me and say, oh, I used to think you were this kind of person, but actually I realize these are the people worth keeping, because you know they give you a chance. They give you a chance to show that you're not that kind of person.
Right.
And if they are giving you and that friendship a try, why not? It's something you should invest on.
Yeah.
Right?
But sometimes also, right, cannot blame those people who misunderstood, right, from thinking in that manner.
Yeah.
Because the prior experience just before that particular judgment
maybe,
is passed, right?
Something
all
like
the
similar happened before. They also have context lah.
correct, yeah,
They also
their
have
context is you agreed to this, and then come the final day you didn't execute it. So must be that, must be because you chicken out, must be because you were trying to be manipulative.
Okay, on that note, right? Then there's always there's two sides of the stories, right? That's one, and also what this one can do and what the other side can do.
Yeah.
Right about it to escape from the fitna lah.
Yeah.
Kononnya. When people misunderstand, they start creating stories, right? Very creative people, then become fitna pula, right? And then that becomes a problem. So what do you think we should do? Like if let's just say you're in such a situation.
Well, I choose to look at the part where, when you're being misunderstood, right? Focus on the people who misunderstand you. And I mean, okay, focus on what was being misunderstood. If you yourself can justify, why it happened, then you have a closure of yourself, right? But the people who misunderstood you, right? I think it's a reflection of like who you want to be or who you don't want to be, because you wouldn't want to misunderstand people like you were being misunderstood. I always do that lah. Like, I will feel sad, and then I will realize that actually shouldn't be like that, right? And I remind myself, and I hope and pray that I won't be like that.
Yeah.
What about you?
For me, I guess you know what they say, like everybody around you is a reflection of who you are actually. So those people who trigger you tend to be something that's probably triggering in yourself that you either you realize or you don't realize. But if you dig deeper, chances are you will find out lah. So let's just say, for example, you're in a situation, right, where you meet somebody and then somebody behaves a certain way and you're completely disgusted by this person. Like, why are you like this? There might be a small chance that however this person is acting is actually something that's in you.
Okay,
you.
Meaning like what? If let's say you find a manipulative person, like then that means there is a bit of
you. Something about that. There's something about the manipulativeness of this person
that is in you as well. Triggering you.
That's triggering you. Chances are there is that small bit of manipulating that's within you that you are not happy with. That you find hard to disconnect with, that you're actually battling with.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that you are also like
that person,
right?
It's just a small. It should be a reflection on it. So basically, the best thing is for you to stop and ask yourself first. That's why I'm thinking, like in a situation like this, you ask yourself first, what can I do or what should I have done to have avoided from that?
Right.
What could I have done better?
Avoid the people altogether.
No. Or avoid the situation in the matter. Like how would that, like you were saying, there was something for those people to decide, macam they misunderstood you because there was this context that they had.
So avoid that context, right?
So maybe how would you have been able to avoid that context?
Yeah.
You go deeper. Or maybe I shouldn't have agreed so early.
Correct.
Maybe I should really have told them, let me think about this before agreeing on this. So it's actually something that you should reflect on yourself. You know, that
and have that closure, like I mentioned.
Which is the most important one. I feel that closure with yourself is the first priority, because that allows you to then address, I a bit like this lah, I a bit like that lah.
Aku salah because
aku salah. Actually, when I think about it, as opposed to just going straight direct, that person, this person all wrong.
So do you feel that it's necessary to address it? Like after being misunderstood, right? Do you feel like, to have you had a closure with yourself, right? But to have a closure with the people who misunderstand you, right? Do you think you should address it? Do you speak to those people?
I think talking about closure, right? So you mentioned the more important one is the closure with yourself, kan? I feel like the closure with others should come next. However, it also depends on the matter. If it's something of a mistake that directly affects another person, then that's a closure you definitely need to work to dive a bit deeper and try to work on. But if it has nothing to do with it, if it is something that indirectly or it's really based on a notion that they choose to not accept, then there is only so much you can do.
Yeah.
Because for me, I feel like, you can explain to a person, and like, if the person say like, hey, no need, don't talk, no need to talk.
Yeah.
Okay, one of the things my sister-in-law mentioned to me before was when you are faced with a situation, right, that the person that person macam misunderstood, then you hurt her or him or whatever in the process, you have to give that person time. And it's true. Because time should be the one that allows that person to really think about their actions and why they feel like that. And if they really, truly, truly feel like sampai a week later, so they feel like, shouldn't have happened, this thing shouldn't have happened, then it must be something really embedded in them, Zay. The anger towards you for that. It's a misunderstanding though. It's not even a truth. Like, it's not as if you really went out and like, said anything wrong about them. Though.
Yeah.
It was a misunderstanding. And they choose to believe you are like that. There is something about them that they need to rectify.
Right.
Have you ever, I mean, we talk about people misunderstanding us, but have you ever misunderstood someone else?
Yeah, of course, right. Many times, right. Latest one was with a good friend, right? A good friend at work as well. Yeah, so in the end, I apologized. And then she also apologized because it turned out that she also misunderstood me in certain areas. And then from there, the working relationship got stronger. Yeah. So when you misunderstand or you're being misunderstood, it's always like, what's the learning behind it?
Yeah, the learning behind it, right?
And I agree with you that, given time, simmer down, right? Then you realize that,
Wait,
so
everything becomes clearer.
Yeah, so don't be too quick to like, punish in a way. Punish it.
I use this word a lot, invest, right? Because I always feel when you do an investment, everything is an all-in thing. So don't invest in your perception too quickly.
Engage,
because sometimes when you feel like, because when you, for example, if there's another person, if you truly believe that this person did this because of that, and then when I say you invest in it, meaning you also start telling people, this person, because you really truly believe it, what? You really believe that. Dia cakap, dia mesti buat macam ni, mesti buat macam itu, mesti dia So, when you are at that point already, there's no turning back, see?
Yeah.
And then if, let's just say, halfway within that point, you realize, alamak, I have done so much harm really to myself and to others by thinking like that. So don't be too quick lah. It gets more complicated, I guess, within family. I mean, friends is one thing. Being understood by people you don't know is like another thing. But when you're being misunderstood within a family dynamic,
it's more painful.
Yeah, and it's more complicated, see? Because you can't say they don't know you, because they know you. Like, for example, right? If your parents or like your siblings, they will say they know you. So chances are, okay, this is a bit different, you feel like you're being misunderstood by your brother, for that matter. But your brother grew up with you. He's seen you. He's seen in your worst and the best, for example. And he's actually not misunderstanding you. He's telling you that, no, this is not a misunderstanding.
But then again, the degree of the closeness and
that of course
differs,
putting into consideration. Some people they don't grow up close lah. But let's just say lah.
Okay.
So if there's somebody, okay, like for example, do you have a brother?
Yeah, I have a brother.
Let's just say your brother comes out. Are you close to your brother? Oh, it's like, wait a minute. Are you close to your brother?
Well, we were closer when we were younger. Yeah, now that I'm married, then
okay. Let's say like during that time, for example, if you felt like he had misunderstood you over a matter, how would you address that situation?
I'm addressing one now.
Okay.
I think now is a simmer period.
It's a chill let people just.
But you see, with family members, right? I guess it's kind of like tougher. It's tougher to kind of like have a closure. But having said that, the saving grace to me is that you are family, and at the end of the day, you know that you will still be there for each other. Having this misunderstanding aside, if other things fall apart, you know that you still want to be there for your family member, right?
With that being said, right?
Yeah.
That in itself has to be a belief within the family itself. The family nucleus itself need to be that strong.
Yeah.
To know that no matter what happens, it's okay. We are blood. I have a brother too.
Okay.
And like me and my brother also very, very different. But there were times that we will have misunderstandings with each other. Previously, the simmering period is like 1 week. And then after that, suddenly someone says something like, you want to eat? Yeah. That kind of thing. Suddenly okay already. But the problem is we never address the problem.
Yeah.
We never go, that day, right, you did this. It hurt my feelings, because you didn't misunderstand. Which I think that is the problem now, I guess.
Because it will keep resurfacing, right?
That and the whole like, dah lah, tepi lah, it's okay, not important anymore. It's okay, not important anymore. But actually, those are the things that actually rebuild that relationship between you and your sibling, right?
Yeah. So in totality, I guess, we should really not be too quick to pass a judgment.
Yeah.
And then not to be too quick to punish, I would say, or label.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then if we have done it accidentally, give it some time.
Yeah, give some time to simmer down.
And then apologize if necessary.
Yeah.
But sometimes, right, from what I learned, as in from teachers and advisors, right? After a misunderstanding happens, if you are being misunderstood and you stand firm on your belief that you are actually right, it's okay to disengage, and it's okay to just part ways on good on good terms lah. Yeah, it just reflects that, okay, we are not meant to be working together.
Correct. That's true. Yeah, so all in all, the truth is, all we need to do is just think well of others, bersangka baik. Because it's like we really don't know other people's context. And this particular word, alamak, I totally forgot that word is in English. It pretty much sums up that whole feeling. Like when you look at people, you know that they come with baggage, that you know that they come with their own context, their own life stories, their own ups and downs. And if you do that, if you keep, practicing that and allowing yourself to understand that it's very hard for you to misunderstand. Right? Like, because you always think of like,
maybe this, maybe that, right? Yeah, and I think there's this saying by a great scholar that you ought to give yourself a chance to list out maybe 70 reasons, 70 possible reasons why that person is behaving in that particular manner before you try to understand and before you pass a judgment. So I think by the time you write number 20, 25, then you give up already. Then you don't want to misunderstand the person, right? Because there's so many
just like, don't need lah. So because there are many possibilities.
Yeah.
I think that's
I think no need number 20 something lah. Number 7, number 8, I think I stopped already.